about jungles and the animals they live in, that live in them, to learn how to make an animal collage with different kinds of papers and textures. So it's the project is a collage. But we also do teaching at the beginning. So some of the kids will know all this, and you can kind of skim over it. Other classes you might want to spend a little bit more time, but it's a very time-consuming lesson, so you need to keep it going. You can't dilly-dally too much. All the supplies should be either in the box here, and there's lots of paper in here, so you kind of have to dig around. And there's also a portfolio, a yellow portfolio with all of these pictures.
Yeah, don't forget the
This
portfolio.
felt board, yes, and the animals that go with it. Okay, so make sure you grab that. The first thing, I like to have the kids close to me, so I invite them all to come and sit, in their little reading area or their story area or whatever, and so I can talk to them and then show them the project. So the first thing is the vocabulary words, right down there at the bottom on the first page. And while you're up there, so this is how you start. You gather them all and you say, we're going to talk about the rainforest, and here are some vocabulary words. And most of them will have had these vocabulary words. So the words, you may say, what is this? Does anybody know what this is? And you can arrange them in the order that you like. Probably collage would be last because that's the project, not so much about the rainforest, but it doesn't really matter. And on the back is the definition.
Thank goodness.
Yes. Since we have not been in first grade for quite some time, we've forgotten what some of this is. So, just go through the vocabulary words quickly with them, and who knows what, and they raise their hand. And try not to spend too much time on that. Okay, so procedure and setup. Discuss vocabulary words, show map, and point out the rainforest region. Here's the map. This kind of goes over their head, but it gives them a little. And we put little stars on there where all the rainforests are around the world. You point that out. There are 5 levels in the tropical rainforest. Many of the animals can move from one level to another. And that's when so you can discuss the information that is in each of these 5 layers of the rainforest. This is the rainforest, and all the rainforest animals are in my bag here. So they each get an animal, and the way I did it was, picked on this particular child. Okay, you come up now, and then handed them one, and then they place it where it goes. And when I did this lesson, I didn't know where all these things went. So Thompson had the book, because she has the spelt board, so those kids know. So then I could kind of cheat and say, okay, where's this guy, and you can kind of familiarize yourself a little bit ahead of time. But this is the, what kind of monkey is this? No, I didn't know. This is a 3-toed sloth, okay, right here on the canopy. Okay, and you need to be familiar. The canopy is, there's the sky, and then the canopy comes second, the understory or middle layer, the herb or bottom layer, and then rivers and lakes down here. Okay, so they come up. And where do you think this goes, and what kind of animal is that, and you identify the animal, and then they get to place it on here. And you can ask, does anybody know, if they don't know where it goes, and, just kind of do it that way. But try to keep that moving, because that can take quite a while too. So try to, get everybody gets a turn. There's plenty of different things in here. There's at least 20. There might be a couple extra. Okay, so once you get all those on, then you explain the project. Where are we? Demonstration. Show children the project they will be making and explain how. Today we're going to make a collage of creatures from the jungle. We'll be using templates. What is a template? This is what a template is. And we're going to trace around the template, and everybody will get to pick which template they like. There's a macaw, flying lizard, boa constrictor, or a butterfly. And if there aren't enough for each child to have the same one, so if you pick one and somebody else has it, just wait a minute and they'll all get it done. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to trace with a pencil. We're going to take our paper with our pencil, and we're going to trace around it. And you show them how they do that. And then once you've got your template traced, you take your black pen and you go around your apple with the black. And then, what the docents do after this step is complete, and of course make sure they have their name on the back or somewhere. And the thing, well, actually, let's see, you end up having to cut it out. So once it's cut out, so it has to be within the range of the template, or it will get cut off. So make sure that they've got it, they can hold it up and write their name once they've got it traced and their black line on there. The trick is, a lot of times what happens is that the black line gets, when they do their project, the line gets covered up and they can't see where the line is. So the docents go around and hold it up to the light or hold it up to the window and go again on the back side and trace so that they can come back when it's dry and cut the back out. Just show them there's lots of different kinds of fun things to use, but just big chunks. You want big pieces, not teeny little pieces. And then demonstrate how to glue the pieces on. So once you've got your template all ready to go, and you can show them what it's going to look like, at the end. This is what we're going to do. This is what it's going to look like. And here's one that I've started. And what do you notice about this? That I didn't stay within the lines. They're all into staying in between the lines, right? But on this project, it's really, really important to overlap. Go over the line and overlap each piece of paper. And they'll start, some of them will start, go on a piece of, and you tell them start at one end and go down, rather than, trying to a little here, a little there. So once you're ready to go, let's pretend like this is our starting place here. Just put a little bit of glue, and what we've done here is this is not straight glue, it's like half glue and half water. And just paint a little bit on there, paint the line, and put the thing on. Okay? And make sure you overlap, you put it over the other piece. And notice what I'm doing, I'm going over the line, just keep emphasizing that because. And if it doesn't want to stick down, just put a little bit of glue on the inside. Just glue it down. And put a little bit more underneath. And just get it so it sticks. And just keep going.
And is the glue pre-mixed?
Yes.
With the water?
Yeah. No.
No.
You don't have to do that.
Okay.
So, there are these bottles of glue. There's 3 of them. And just, a little bit in there.
And then mix the water.
Mixed up with the paintbrush. Okay. And just keep going, just keep overlapping those pieces and use different colors and make it interesting. Okay? But we have all this fun stuff that we put on at the end. So when they're all done, don't leave this stuff laying around because they'll all be at it, Or the feathers. This was the big thing. They love these feathers. Would you like to pick out,
A
2
feather.
or, 3 feathers,
A feather.
Or, yeah. Or would you like to put some of this other fun stuff? You can point out, look at how interesting that is. That guy has a shiny beak, that really emphasizes the beak. And so if you're, here's some pretty feathers that are,